driveway.
What
It is
the
awesome.
fuck is
It's
that?
it's awesome. I want one.
I want an elevator in my bedroom.
Yeah.
But well, first, I need my fucking room to be on the second floor. But that would be cool as fuck.
I'll send you the link. My wife said it's a hooker house.
It's a hooker house.
Yeah. Which Hart's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's a nice top hat, sir.
A brothel.
Well, guys, wearing the vintage Clockwork Orange t-shirt, Droobs Don't Run. And we are almost, I believe we're one backer away from hitting our 50 mark, where we're going to unleash the Boneyard Press rewards, where all the backers of physical product are going to get a copy of a vintage Boneyard Press book. I got a lot of really cool stuff to send out to people, and we are one backer away, just one. And then I just posted up on the Kickstarter page our George Perez vinyl sticker variant. So when we hit 60 I think it's 60 backers or 65. I'm not sure what I just typed in there, but it's fun. I'm having a good time, and hence the top hat.
Nice.
All right, I'm going backstage to high.
No, you're not.
I'll be back here.
No, you're not. You gotta be up here and
I have
ask
to get
questions and
physically
stuff.
here.
We can't.
I
We can't understand questions if we can't see your face.
We need to see your beautiful, handsome features. What are you doing? You're like Jim Morrison singing backwards to the crowd with all the women who want to see him.
Jim
Me
Morrison.
and him
That back view is not so bad.
Yeah. All right, I'll be right back. I won't be gone long, I promise.
Well, hey, ladies, it's good to be
Yes.
back.
What up?
Good to have you. I almost didn't make it, but I'm here. I am super sick.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, I think everybody's sick. Everybody's got crud.
I'm okay.
That's good.
Stay away from people so you can stay
Yeah.
that way.
I know I take a lot of vitamins. My late wife had a lot of health problems, and Waka was really intelligent. We worked with a lot of cutting edge doctors and cutting edge medicine to her cancer. When it first hit her in 2006, it was supposed to be like a 50-50 shot of it killing her within 5 years. And every person she was in the hospital with when she had her cancer, they all died in the first year. So we worked very hard at changing our lives and changing our health. I have a vitamin D regimen, which is one of the best things. Vitamin D and calcium are some of the best things you can take to avoid the flu. Nita, I know you just went through a hellacious weekend with the storms, and there's a lot of other folks that have been going through this because stress really brings you down. Stress really wears you out. And so I take a lot of vitamin C. I take zinc. I take R-alpha lipoic acid. I take a lot of different stuff that we used when my wife was fighting for severe anemia and colon cancer. So everything that we did for her healthcare, I did also, and so I'm fine around people. The only time I ever came back with convention cold is the weekend I tried to be good and not drink a lot.
See, the alcohol didn't ward off all of the evil. That's what it
Hi,
was.
Sarah.
Well, I've got this big habit of swishing it around. I like it. I get the vodka in the back of my throat and I'm swishing it around. And I would make sure before I went to bed every night to kind of do that with like a shot of vodka or something and just clear out everything. And I remember being at one show in Chicago at the Chicago Con, and Lou Ferrigno had a big thing of the spray, the pump, the alcohol pump wipe, the dry hand thing. And he was, every time he dealt with anybody, was all over that stuff.
But I am going to hit the intro, and then we can introduce ourselves.
Alrighty.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Geekgasm. You guys are going to have to bear with me tonight. I am super sick. I don't know with what, but hopefully I'm better tomorrow. And I have the lovely ladies, my Gasm gang, and Mr. Hart Fisher. How are you guys doing?
All right.
With his sexy top hat there.
Sexy top hat.
I think I'm the only one feeling good. I mean, I had a bad bout this weekend, though, where there's a place I normally get these jalapeno chicken tacos, and I ate too many. And so I I went through it this weekend from that. I was sweating bullets. I was hurting bad. So I'm happy to be on the show. And I told everybody around me, don't let me order those damn chicken tacos with the jalapenos in them anymore. Never again.
Were you warm in uncomfortable places, Hart?
I was just sweating bullets, when I start sweating, I look like a water sprinkler and it's just spraying everywhere.
That was me breaking a fever yesterday. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
I was just
it was
dripping.
just like what was that comedian and you see him, he's sweating and it's just like water pouring down his face, and
I was so doing that.
That was Nita. She was just like drenched.
It was insane.
What do you
but
got?
it's all that Louisiana air that got stirred up with the hurricane.
Everything's molded. Everything is freaking dank, and it's been. Ugh. We had a leak. We had a couple bad leaks in the apartment, and there's no more water coming in. But the repair guys haven't all come out. The roof is fixed, but that's it. The ceiling still needs to be done on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
We're having problems finding foods, medicine, stuff like that. So it's kind of, I'm hoping it's just stress taking a toll on me right now, and with a regular cold, because I don't need nothing else right now, man. Fuck all that.
Yeah, I won't repeat the litany of vitamin stuff I went into off the air. I'm just okay.
No, you were on the air. Everyone heard it.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
Nita, who are you?
Zinc is a really good thing.
I am Nita Lanning. I am co-founder of Ragin' AVC with my beautiful partner over here, Meredith Logren, where we do social media management and marketing for several companies, publishers, blah, 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 blah. I'm on Facebook and shit.
And shit.
She's not feeling well. She's not feeling well, folks.
I'm not feeling it. I love you guys. I'm not feeling it.
But I appreciate you being here.
Of course, dude.
Uh-huh.
Go on, Mary. Who the hell are you?
Oh, okay. Hey, I am Meredith Lundgren. I am the executive producer of the Geek Insider podcast, as well as a writer. Hey, look at this. The Compendium of Dread, Volume 1 is out. I have physical copies left. Yes, sweet. And also the co-founder of Ragin' AVC. We've got a lot of stuff that's going on today, and I'm just going to pass the mic to Hart.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Hart Fisher, the founder of American Horrors with my late wife, Wakako Kawagoshi Fisher, the #1 fastest growing horror channel in America. We did over 2 million viewers for the month of August. Thank you for tuning in. It's completely free on Roku, completely free at AmericanHorrorsFilmFestival.com, totally free at BoneyardPress2020.com, and yes, still free at GluedTV.com. I am the publisher of Boneyard Press. It is our 30th anniversary, and since I had the top hat, I figured I should talk like this. You could see me on Facebook, because yes, I am on Facebook too, and all that shit. I'm on Instagram, but be forewarned, if you go to Instagram, there are photographs of my butt. Correct? We did a whole photo shoot called Naked Making Bacon. It was lots of fun, and I managed not to burn my dick off, and the photos are a lot of fun. You can find that on my Instagram account. Or you could go to my YouTube channel. If you want to see me tangling with Jerry Springer, Larry King, and Sally Jesse Raphael, go to youtube.com/Crime Pays Hart. And that's H-A-R-T. H-A-R-T. I am Hart Fisher. And we now have a wonderful Kickstarter that is closing in on Hart Fisher's Build the Bull Omnibus. Still running down. We've got about 9 days left, and we've got great giveaways for our backers. We've got good digital downloads for our backers. We've got cool vinyl stickers for our backers. And folks, we are one backer away from unlocking the vintage treasure trove of Boneyard Press. These are the books that came out of my mom's garage. That's right, my mother's garage. And they are in the original boxes that I got from Brenner Printing. So you're going to get a crack at some really beautiful books. And I might even throw in some Gerard Way on Raven's Wings. Gosh, I might even throw some Bill the Bull in there. Gee, I might put in some Poems for the Dead. I might even put in some Still Dead. You might get a Dahmer book. Who knows what may be in there?
I want a sexy book.
Perhaps True Sin.
Okay.
I did an adult
Hart,
book where we changed no names.
Wait a minute. Mention that you are still aren't you still taking submissions for the film festival?
Yes, that's right, Meredith. Thank you for reminding me. We are in our fifth year for the American Horror Film Festival. We are screening at the Imagine Theaters in downtown Lake Geneva. The city has been fantastic. They've been very supportive. A lot of the local businesses have all gotten together. And one of the things, too, is I believe Meredith might be hinting at is when we hit 100 backers, we're giving away American Horror's t-shirts to all our physical backers. We have lots of stuff waiting in the wings here, lots of really cool giveaways. And so we are still taking submissions for just a little bit of time. I think maybe one more week, and we have about 140 submissions. They're from all over the world. We've got some really amazing feature films. We've got amazing music videos, amazing shorts, and we've got a filmmaker coming back, and he gave me one of the best compliments I've ever gotten about the festival. Is he said, Hart, you know, me and my wife entered our short into 100 different festivals. And at every festival that it got into, we saw that only 10% were in a movie theater. And that was, it could have been, and some of them were like homegrown theaters. And they also said that, here's the big compliment, the American Horror Film Festival had the best movies playing than any other festival they went to, period. And they're coming back, and at the Imagine Theater, they've got plenty of room for social distancing. They're big, nice leather love seats, and it's a 4K projection, and tickets are going to go on sale in about a week. So there's time to contribute to the Kickstarter right now. There is time to contribute your film, music video, or feature film to the American Horror Film Festival. And I'm going to watch everything personally because I watch every single submission myself. There's no committee. I'm the one that decides what's going up. We have a lot of really good stuff to play at the theater. And one of the things I try to do is I make sure that these films are going to play well on a big screen. And that's because we do two versions of the film festival. We do the festival in the theater, and then on the American Horrors channel around January 1st, we do a special, like an all-day special, and run this stuff on the network. And so a lot of this stuff will run on the network that's not in the theater, because I feel it'll play better on a television than it'll play on the screen. Because some people don't have a good enough quality or sound quality. It won't play well on the sound system, but it sounds fine on your TV set. You know what I mean? So definitely I would urge people to enter, go to the AmericanHorrorsFilmFestival.com. That's right, AmericanHorrorsFilmFestival.com.
You know, Hart, you had mentioned that Imagine Theaters, and I have a soft spot in my heart for Imagine Theaters because they started here in Michigan at the Birch Run.
Yes.
They expanded out to Minnesota, and they just bought a 16. I think they just purchased 16 theaters out of Indiana, so they are spreading out. And I got a chance to meet the CEO years ago. Oh, probably like it's years ago now. Got a chance to meet him, and he was a real nice guy.
I met him in 2017 at the grand opening of the Imagine Theater after they did their $5 million renovation.
Yep.
And the gentleman who did the $5 million renovation is a buddy of mine and an advisor to the film festival. And he's been in the theater business for about 15, 20 years. Hey, Daniel. And Dan, I got to meet all of them. I got to have meetings with them because I knew at some point I wanted to bring the festival to the Imagine Theaters. I knew that that was the place I wanted to make the home of the American Horror Film Festival. And down the road, we want to do a traveling film festival. We want to make the festival travel to different places and bring some of the stars out there. And that's something we're looking forward to doing. And in fact, right now, the best feature of the American Horror Film Festival from last year, Bad Candy, I believe it gets its release in theaters and on Blu-ray this coming weekend.
I feel bad because I love Imagine Theaters, but they don't offer a at this time. So 9/8/2021, they still don't offer a subscription thing, like where you pay every month. You can see X amount of movies every week, like AMC does. So I prefer to go to Imagine Theaters, like you said, nice seats, nice seating, nice comfortable seats. Lola even likes it, and for Lola like a movie theater, it must be nice. It's and they've kept it up too, because we went to the movies last week, and AMC has really let their stuff go. My goodness,
they did in Los Angeles. Even before I moved out of LA, the AMC theaters were horrible. They did let them go. We went to one theater and my little brother was getting bit by fleas.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened with those guys, but they got really, really cheap. And I think a lot of the theaters overexpanded. Like all of a sudden they decided to do all this building, and I think they built too many, you know, and they overdid it. And then they had a contraction. And they couldn't maintain all these theaters.
I'm in the theater and I'm walking through and they renovated the lobby. And there's this little boy. Now they got these self-serve soda machines, and they got all these different flavors. But there's this little boy, and he's pushing the button, but he's holding his face into the.
Oh hell no! Oh hell no! I'm gonna beat your little fucking germ spreader. No, I hate that self-service shit, especially at the fucking theater, because I saw this bitch reach her hand in a pickle jar one time instead of using tongs, and I'm like, man, fuck my life. And then all the nachos, the fucking cheese and shit's all out, and people are touching and opening. Nah, fuck that. I don't want your crabs in my food. No.
See, Nita said everything else. Now, Nita, I was vocal.
Nita, I love you.
I was vocal when it happened. I said, "Ew, drinking out the fountain," enough to the little boy's father turned around. But I didn't say what the. Like I should have said. In my mind, I was saying everything Nita was saying.
What the fuck is wrong with this crumb snatcher? No, not gonna fly.
Oh, Crumb snatcher.
Crumb snatcher.
Crumb snatcher. Crumb snatcher.
Mm-hmm.
Little bitty hands. They take everything. You can't have shit.
Fucking crotch goblins are the worst, man. Especially, and I love my kids. Don't get me wrong, but man, fucking control them little fuckers out in public.
You know, little criminal. As my father once said, kids, you can't have a witch's titty with them. You can't have nothing. Here they come. Give me. I'm like, you want a witch's titty? What? Mom, are you a witch?
No, I grew up different, man. There was no junk food in the house. We only had fruit in the house. My mom made sure if you woke up dead on Sunday, you were risking death. You were risking death. I don't understand this bullshit where the children, well, you know, I tried to ask little Jimmy if Jimmy wanted, well, I don't give a fuck what the fuck Jimmy wants. Jimmy's going to fucking take what fucking Jimmy fucking gets. That's how it fucking was. I grew up with powdered milk. I grew up with like sleeping in snug bags in the winter because we didn't have a lot of heat. I grew up poor on the south side of Chicago. There was no fucking around. My dad didn't fucking ask me. The rule with eating was this. If your mom don't like it, but I eat it, you're eating it. If I don't like it, but your mom eats it, you're eating it. What a catch-22. But that's how we grew up, goddammit. This model coddling bullshit. This, I want to ask Sarah. No, we're going to go where we got to go. We got jobs. We're adults. We're busy.
It's like my son.
What? You want a soda? You want something? You want a juice pop? Motherfucker, you better go check that hose pipe. Let it run a minute first. Don't burn your lips.
I drank water out of the hose. I'm fine.
Yeah.
There's no antibacterial soap in the house.
What are you? Are we really fine?
Yeah, I don't know if we're actually okay.
I don't know if we're okay. But
I think you know. I will say this. I seen a video today. And a girl was looking at apartments, and she walked into the closet of the apartment, and she says, "I don't like it because it has a pull cord light in the closet." And she says, "This makes me feel uncomfortable." And she said, like, with a little bit of tremble in her voice. And I thought, okay, maybe she's scared someone's gonna wait in the closet for her. She'll want to reach her hand out and pull the light. Maybe that's it. Maybe someone's hitting the closet from her, or maybe she's just maybe she's just
was it a reality show?
No. This was a girl walk. Her job on YouTube is to go look at apartments in the Texas area.
She doesn't like pull cords.
No, doesn't like pull cords.
What I would say, guys, is I've worked in reality TV. You know, I did post-production in Los Angeles. I had a post house. I had like 9 editors working with me, and I got to work with a lot of really great people. A lot of my friends worked on these reality shows, and they're all BS, you know. And what happens is this generation has grown up seeing these BS shows. So they see these BS shows with the fake drama and the fake, you know, conflict, this invented conflict. And so they feel they have to emulate it in what they're doing.
Yeah.
And now that Jack and Ninny can have their own homemade, YouTube TV show. And I mean this because I went through this when I launched American Horrors, and I'm sure you might have heard this too, Varian, when, for you to launch a Roku channel is an accomplishment. It's a tremendous amount of work. A YouTube channel, sure, it can be work, but it ain't the same as making a deal and going through this whole process of getting a corporate board to approve your channel and going through and making sure everything works. It's a different professionalism. And so a lot of YouTube to me is the vast wasteland. And I see people just impersonating crappy shows they saw on television. They don't know any better. And also, you got to work through your mistakes. You know what I mean? I'm lucky I drew comics since I was 5, because a lot of these comics suck. They're terrible. They're awful. My art was bad. I was learning. I was getting better. But you got to do it. You got to get out there and fail. My first 10, I had a podcast, Heart Attack. And my first 10 episodes, I kind of hated them because the show was based on a 10-minute format. And I came on as the Jack Black angry guy on this show called What the Fuck with Josh Hadley. And I was like the drinking, angry, yelly guy calling all the politicians cocksuckers. But that shit didn't play for an hour straight. And I had to learn that. So I feel like my first 10 or 20 shows, they're not the best. Because I had to do it, to learn it. And I had to watch my show to learn it. I had to watch my show and go, oh, God, I should never get that drunk again when I'm introducing the show. Oh, God, I have a show right now on American Horrors, right? Meredith knows about this and Nita knows. I did a thing with Gorecast, my guys from Ireland, Johnny and Giz. And they're Irish and they're lads. And so I missed my dinner when I went to go, and I'd been drinking on an empty stomach before I got home. I was supposed to eat, then go on the air, and I missed my meal. And I just kept drinking. And by the end, it's so embarrassing. Oh, you guys are going to laugh. It's like one of those drunken, you guys don't go home, hello, Max DeVille. Max DeVille is the best guy. You got to work with Max. He's so great. Reach how great Max is. I love that guy. And I'm just watching this on the air, and I'm like, oh, and this was on last week. And I'm watching this, and I'm like, oh. I was like Paul Rubens in the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Barry
was just talking about a conversation he had in his brain. It was all clear, but in reality, it was probably like.
Yeah, I was talking to Anthony Figueroa, and I was like, "Hey, I knew I was saying everything that Anthony needed. I was giving him all the information he needed, but he was like, the next day, he was like, I don't know what the fuck you were saying. I don't know what you were talking about. I just hung up." And I remember him saying, "All right, I'll talk to you later, little brother." And I was like, "All right." And that's not how the conversation went at all. So apologies out there, Anthony, if you're watching. I was high.
Johnny and Giz thought my thing was funny. They thought it was hilarious. And I'm just like, you bastards. So I was going to yank it after one day, but I was like, bite the bullet, Hart. You made your bed. Sleep in it, buddy. That's their show. That's what you did. Earn it, sleep it, live with it. Bye.
Hart, I have a question for you too. Just because we're talking about we're launching channels and everything, and I've said this before, and I've gone on the record of saying this. There would not be an Indie Vote TV if there was an American Horrors, because I was like, oh, Hart has a television station. I watched it, and I'm like, I want one. And it's a lot of work, like Hart said. But Hart, has there ever been a point when you first started that you thought, man, this isn't working? I'm not getting the views. I'm not getting the downloads. And another thing too, has Roku ever, came at you and said, hey, you got to take this down?
Well, one, I don't offer any video on demand on the American Horrors Roku channel. It's a linear stream. And it's free. So since it's free, I don't have the same restrictions. And also, I'd like to say that I'm a responsible broadcaster. So I know, okay, I'll put on an old cigarette ad, but after the old cigarette ad, there's an anti-cancer statement right after it. Johnny Smoke. And so I try to balance these things out. And I would say that we have more public service announcements on the network than any other network I've ever seen. I don't believe anybody else has had any other PSAs on their network, their television streaming channel, with stuff about domestic abuse, methamphetamine abuse, you know what I mean? Factory malfeasance. And so we run these things in conjunction with these old beer ads. And I feel it gives a context to where a lot of these movies came from. And I'm trying to set a vibe so that you can disappear from this world and go into that world. And I was frustrated. We launched on Film On, which was a European version of Hulu. And that was run by Alki David, who's known as the crazy billionaire. And he's like a Bill Gates kind of billionaire. He's an heir to the Coca-Cola bottling empire in Greece. And I was lucky enough to surf in his coattails. I learned a lot about wealthy people in Los Angeles. I learned a great deal about stardom, fame, wealth, family, losing family because of your fame, losing family because you didn't make as much wealth from your fame as they expected you to. So I already had the experience of doing Boneyard Press and knowing that it's going to be a push to go uphill. But I'll tell you the truth, Varian, when I launched American Horrors at Film On, we were in their top 20 shows from the beginning. So from the very beginning, American Horrors was very wildly popular. And at one point we had 2 American Horrors channels. And I knew, because people forget that entertainment and sales, it's an ongoing process, right? We're doing this buildable Kickstarter. There's going to be other fundraisers. There's going to be other promotions. There's going to be other backer rewards. This is a process that keeps going on, just like laundry, dishes, got to eat, got to crap. And hopefully you're getting some sex and getting some sleep. Got to work to pay for everything, you know. So it's a process, and I like the process, and I like the promotion. I like crafting the advertising. I mean, I'm an award-winning graphic designer in advertising. My first year of advertising, I was nominated for Best Ad Campaign of the Year by AVN, which is Adult Video News, at their big award show. I've been up for multiple awards in promotion, advertising. I've been flown around the world to lecture on leadership and team building. A lot of my associates are war veterans, so we all understand mission. I was a long-distance swimmer, so I understand endurance. I understand pace. I understand burning yourself out, because I've done that. Like, on the last campaign, I did kind of burn myself out. And also I had a lot of crap going on in my own life. So knowing these things, and also working with other people in the entertainment industry, we could get together and cry over our beers. I think that sometimes you guys are a little isolated, and you don't get the benefit of going out with a bunch of your peers to a bar off the air, and you can just talk about stuff. And, well, how did you handle it when they canceled your show? How did you handle it when you had a show on Sci-Fi Channel, you didn't make any money, and your family all turned against you because they thought you were rich? Right. You know, and we take notes together, like you and I are talking, of how did you handle it. So I started to despair. I felt that the Roku channel wasn't growing fast enough. So I was frustrated with the growth of the Roku channel. I launched the Film On channel in 2011, October 2nd. And we had a Film On channel and the Roku channel in 2015. And Lake Geneva can lay claim to it, because I launched the Roku channel from a hotel room at the Harborview Motel in Williams Bay, Wisconsin. So you could say, hey, this has been launched from here. We kind of own this. This is a brand from our backyard. And my new crew here are all Wisconsinites. All my crew, my film crew, my actors and actresses. Half my crew are women. Half my crew are women in their 20s, which is a real learning experience to learn about the social media and their new concerns. So for me, frustration, I was really frustrated probably the most when my wife was sick with cancer, and I was taking care of her, and I was having a hard time maintaining the network and keeping the network up. And we lost the channel with Film On. That channel went away. I couldn't do it all. And I was frustrated then. And I'm really grateful for all the viewership, because I'll tell you guys the truth, and this is an honest statement. When I got off of telling everybody the schedule on Twitter and Facebook, when I just stopped, when I stopped telling people to schedule in advance, when I stopped doing a pre-list, when I started treating it more like I'm the DJ at my own party and I'm going to jam, baby, I'm going to jam. And if you go to Coachella, you know Daft Punk is going to bring it. And that's the point, is my viewership knows I'm going to surprise them. And there's a joy in watching a film that you weren't thinking about watching. There's a joy in going, what the hell is this? Is that 3 women hung upside down like cattle in Spain? What the hell am I looking at?
I agree. I was watching. I flicked through your channel. I'm watching it, and there was a movie on, and this girl, she was in this monastery. She's looking for her sister, and the lady was like, "You can't tell her. You can't tell her sister's here." And she's going around town trying to find her sister, and they're cleaning the blood. And I'm screaming at the TV, "Get out, bitch! Run! Run! You can't stay in the monastery."
I think that's her sister looking for her, or a guy, a piano player looking for his sister?
Her sister was looking for her, a blonde girl. I think she was blonde. And the 2 chicks were there, and they were I remember one went out to the backyard, and it's an older movie, but it still held up. And I'm watching, and I was sad I had to go. And but I was going to ask you about that because you do the scheduling, and I was thinking like, man, I wish that I could. I was wondering how you could do that, like to put a schedule so that people would know, hey, at 2:00 we've got this, and at 5:00 we've got that. But if you don't, when you say you stopped doing that, and that actually helped.
No, here's the thing. After Waka's death, there was a lot of chaos. And we were running the network from a server farm in the Ukraine. And out of nowhere, one of my credit cards that was on the auto pay, it renewed. And the email they were sending hey, you missed your payment, was my wife's email, because she handled some of the things and I handled some of the things. So I was locked out of her email, and I didn't get the warning. So they wiped my drive. They wiped it. Instead, I'm like, I can't believe they even did that, because, if you're trying to get somebody to pay you back pay, you should probably have their stuff.
Yeah. All right.
I can't even imagine. I don't even know why they did that. And so we went a month and a half where we were off the air in the summer of 2018, and I was scrambling. And when we relaunched, I didn't have my partners to help me. I didn't have my wife to help me run the network. So I couldn't maintain the Twitter. I could not maintain the Facebook. There were not enough hours in the day. And I work hard and I work fast. But it just ran out of the clock ran out. And when I stopped, holy shit, did viewership go through the roof. So I was super frustrated and I was mad. I wanted to tell people what's on, and our electronics and where we're set up and how we're set up to do this, to do the schedule. We're not in a position to, I'll schedule for 17 hours straight or 28 hours straight, and it'll loop. Okay. It'll loop. And I'll just say it. I'm a very good editor. Okay. I'm very good at my job of editing. And when you program the schedule, it's a paper edit. There is no other television network where a master of editing, a master of poetry, a publisher, a writer, a director, a gifted editor, an award-winning editor. I've won awards for my editing. A guy who's taught a lot of people how to edit. So when I sit down, American Horrors is a flow. It's an edit that I put together, and I make sure that the trailers that come on before the movie kind of match the era that it came out. You know what I mean? I'm not going to, I try to avoid that, because the point of American Horrors is it's a horror culture channel. And I'm trying to get across the experience of what it was like for me as a kid to go to the video store and all the crazy stuff I would get from Fangoria conventions that were bootlegs, and the VHS didn't match quite right, or the sound's a little off, or there's some jitter, or I grew up on the south side of Chicago, and there was a theater called The Lyric, which was a grindhouse theater. And so I saw all kinds of crazy stuff there, all kinds of stuff. They didn't care how old you were. They didn't care. They let you in. They wanted your $1.50 for 2 movies. And me and my friends would all go. So I'm trying to replicate that. And I know my content, and I watch my channel. My friends can all attest to, like, oh, no, man, we can't go out. We got to sit down. Gorecast is on. It's brand new. Or, oh, no, man, we've got new Groovy TV on. It's Friday night. So the only thing I would tell people is when something brand new is going to premiere. Like, we've got a movie called Hangman. which is Sandra Bullock's first film. And it's kind of like an independent action horror film. And it's pretty damn good. And that's on. Or a slasher film called Blood Rage. And I think when I came on the show, I think The Witching is playing right now with Orson Welles. And the idea is I match these things and I'll go, yeah, I've got too many Spanish Paul Naschy films here. I got to jigger this up. This is too many in a row. I'm getting tired of this. And so since it's on and I'm an editor and I'm hearing it all the time and I'm paying attention and monitoring the quality of what's on, I don't believe there's any other network that has a guy on it. And Max DeVille was one of my head guys. He's part of the American Horrors channel, and he's the guy who enabled me to do this and gave me a lot of advice on this. And so, oh man, it's so funny. Max is over and we're watching, like, I don't know, Bellator, and they were having broadcast problems. This fight, he's going, yeah, American Horror's is doing a lot better than this shit.
That's your Max. See, you know, my Max voice, for some reason, sounds a lot like Edwin Boyette. It's like this.
Yeah, well, I can't imagine why. Like, Max to me is so calm. I know why, you know, because he's smoking. I don't know if Pops is in the chat, but I'm pretty sure that Pops and Max are smoking the opposite strains. Because Max is like chill and Pops is like high energy. And me, I get confused. I'm like, are we talking about birds? I do. My other question for you, though, Max.
Neither, I saw that.
My other question for you is, what's more difficult, though, running the TV channel or doing comics?
It depends on the era. Because the era of the 90s, I couldn't get online and see somebody's proofs. They couldn't just set up a Dropbox and let me see the proofs. They had to mail me something.
Yeah.
It was a slower process. And plus, to release a book, you looked at a 3-month process of, and generally you wanted to try to have your book done before you even solicited this thing. But your solicitation would go out to the distributors 3 months beforehand. Then the catalogs would come out, and then you get your orders back. So it's a longer process. And it took a lot more hours because you're dealing with an inker and a penciler, and they're not on the computer. They can't swap pages back online. Everything's through the mail. Everything has to be FedExed and tracked. You know what I mean? So doing the television network, fucking infinitely harder. Oh my God, doing a linear streaming horror channel the way I'm doing it, there's nobody doing it like me. Way harder than publishing comics. Oh my good God. It is you need to be a marathon runner, a sprinter, a deadlifter. You got to solve problems. You got to be a Sherlock Holmes on your computer gear. You got to be able to negotiate with all your service providers. Like, why the hell did my server just go down? Why am I looking at a black screen here? God damn it. Who do I kill?
And especially now they do this thing where they schedule it. Well, I'm not sure if it's the same with the linear channels, but with the on-demand channels, like what IndieVolt TV is, OTT or over the top, what they do is I can upload a bunch of stuff today, but they now have scheduling times, whereas about 2 years ago they didn't. It took about 10 minutes for them to refresh the servers and put your stuff up there. Now there's a schedule time. So if you put something up, say tonight, it's Wednesday, they might not schedule their servers to reset until Friday afternoon. So there's the idea, the ability to put new content.
I don't have that problem.
Yeah,
I don't have that problem.
Yeah.
But the way I set my stuff up, and I have done this a lot, and I've been on the Gorecast guys and everybody else, like, guys, you can't turn in your show the day it's going on the air anymore, because I'm too stretched too thin. And I won't trust anybody else to handle certain operations of the channel because they're not responsible enough. And it doesn't mean that they're dickheads or anything. It just means that they don't take it as deadly serious as I do. And if something goes wrong, I'm going to be piss raving angry. I am going to be angry like you can't believe. I've thrown couches around when I lose my temper over certain things. I'm a big fella and I'm strong, and I got to be careful about my temper. So the channel is really, really, really hard. The linear streaming channel, and then even harder is to attract an audience. That's the hardest thing. You're competing with 1,000 other entertainment devices. You're competing with every YouTube show, every interview like we're doing right now, every video game, every tchotchke, getting laid, making food, playing your Nintendo, playing tiddlywinks, decide to go to the mall and see a movie because you want to get the hell out of your house because your parents driving you crazy. I'm competing in a way that I've never had to compete before. I have never had this much competition. And what I would say is the corporate guys haven't either. It's why I'm eating their lunch. It's why I'm tearing them apart, because that I am so dedicated. My advertisement people, they love my network. My advertisers, they're like, Hart, we've never met anybody like you. You are so much fun, and what you're programming and the way you program it. There's no starving dog commercials on my network. There's no starving kid commercials on my network. And for God's sake, there were no political ads on my network, okay? I drew a line in the sand on certain things that so people could have an escape. American Horrors is an escape. You get away from the lockdown. You get away from all this BS and garbage in your life, and you can check out, and you can put your feet up, and you can go, yeah, man, I know Hart's going to play a cool jam. I've never seen this movie, but I know Hart's going to play something that's interesting and worthwhile. And I think that's what I have that the corporations lack. And they're not used to competing like this. They're not used to competing on the merit of your content. I compete on the merit of my content. And that's why I say with authority that the Buildable Omnibus is amazing. The Buildable Omnibus is filled with so many great stories, so many great artists, and they're off the chain. They're all different. There's no cookie cutter. And what I like is each writer and each artist had their own take on Buildable, and they took them in a different way. And I dug it. I really dug it. And I think that people that are used to this corporate homogenized cookie cutter crap are going to love this. They're going to be surprised. They're going to be shocked. Some people might be outraged. But I think they're going to be very, very entertained, and that's why they should go ahead and get on board with the Buildable Kickstarter Omnibus. Sorry, I had to go back into sales mode.
You are officially at 50 backers.
Oh.
Yeah! Woo! 50 backers! That's awesome!
Yep, got to dive into that warehouse, Hart.
Oh, no, they're already set up, guys. I mean, here's the thing that people should understand about me. When I first started getting involved, and people were like, you know, Hart, are you going to be all right publishing a comic book? God damn it. I've been publishing and creating products and releasing them to market for over 30 years as a professional, as a person paid to do it. In the advertising world, I was a packaging guy. I used to design video boxes, and at one point I was doing 3 or 4 designs a day at Samson West Advertising. I've designed so many ad campaigns. I've dealt with so much packaging and replication, and my friends are all doing it. You know, we're going to do a thing with, okay, we're going to announce like what level of backer we're going to hit on this one. But talking to Max, he's hooked me up with this guy to make poker chips. So we're going to be doing buildable poker chips. You know, I make products. I make physical products for over 30 years, doing the channel, replicating DVDs, replicating VHS, replicating Blu-ray, making posters, making vinyl banners. This is what I have done as a professional for 30 years. So when it gets time to put out the comic, that's the goddamn easy part. That's the easiest part of all. I could crank the stereo, and I'm going to get lame. I could put on some goddamn Wasp or some other cheesy metal band that I'm embarrassed to admit I love, like Manowar. Manowar is so great. And I could crank it up, and we could do the graphics. And folks, I have a full-time guy who is putting this all together. So we've got a great guy, Sean Spencer, who is full-time on the graphics, and he publishes magazines, and he's the guy who helped me do the vinyl stickers. These vinyl stickers are awesome too. We got a bunch, and they're all gonna be like meat cleaver, a pistol, a stabby knife, all kinds of really cool, well done vinyl stickers. And the great thing about these vinyl stickers is you can put them on something, like they're on my car, they're on my mailbox. The sticker for American Horrors has been on my mailbox for 2 years, and it looks fantastic. All my crew for American Horrors, they've all got American Horrors, like little knife stickers on the back of their phones. So for me to make a product, that's easy, and I love it. I love it. And it's a reprint. Somebody's done already. It's like done. We just got to figure out the extras, like Mark Bloodworth. I don't know if you guys know this stuff, but if you scroll down the campaign, there's some really cool artwork that we just put in there with Mark Bloodworth. And what he's been doing is he's been creating these awesome vintage comic book ads in black and white. So these vintage comic book ads are now going to be in the buildable like this, going to be in the buildable omnibus. They're all awesome like this. And there's another one a little further down too. I had to be careful because some of them have some nudity. There's some nudity in the buildable book. And there you go. That's another good one. So he's been making these, and they're really good. Like, get your own life-size succubus. They're really good. Mark is an amazing artist with fantastic black and white line work to his brush strokes, and his sense of design is fantastic. And he's been doing these out of love. And so now they've got a place in the buildable omnibus. You're hearing it here on the show. You're seeing the artwork on the show. It's nice.
I seen that. I got a chance to. I got a chance to get to know Mark over the last couple of years from the work he did with Arrow, and again riding Randy's coattails. Like, hey, I get to meet all these guys who.
I did that with Danzig, dude. I rode Glenn's. That's a T-shirt that we're going to be giving away down the road. If you scroll back up, okay. So we did a giveaway on the very first day, and it was Nita's great idea. Thank you, Nita. That was a great idea. So we did the T-shirt giveaway on the very first day, and that was the red design. This is the black design. So coming up in the campaign, a little bit further along, we'll have a 48-hour period where every person who backs physical product will get one of these shirts.
That's pretty cool. For us, we've tried selling shirts on Indie Vault. They move occasionally, not often. I still owe Nita a Hell Hole shirt, but one of our new shirts has just dropped yesterday. Yeah, Hell Hells, there it is. One of the shirts has just dropped. Let me bring that up. Hold on, let me bring that up. There it is.
Well, I love designing. Oh, hey, there we go.
But one of the shirts that we just dropped yesterday, we dropped 2 shirts yesterday, 2 new ones. But one of the ones that has a lot of looks on it was one from last night. There it is.
Ah, that's good.
The back beats nuts t-shirt.
I like that.
We did that one, and there is one other one that I like, which is the Comic-Con Club. If you're a wrestling fan, you kind of get the Bullet Club idea. The Comic-Con.
No, the Gorecast guys love that. The Gorecast guys, they also have kind of adopted that kind of logo. And I got to tell you, man, I love making apparel. And I've been doing apparel and shirts and stuff like this for, again, 30 years. And I love it. I love doing it. I love doing the shirts. We sold, I believe, about over 500 of the Rush Limbaugh Must Die shirts. We sold out of the Marvel Can Suck My Cock shirts at the San Diego Comic-Con in one day. I sold 100 shirts in one day. The Dahmer shirts, I sold probably 1,000 of the Jeffrey Dahmer shirts before Miller Brewing gave me the cease and desist order. I've done very well with apparel. The American Horrors Film Festival shirts have done very well. Everybody really likes them, and since on the American Horrors Film Festival shirts, what I've done is I'm a team builder. I believe in working together to achieve a goal. I believe in you could do more with a group of very smart people than you could do all by yourself. And also you need a couple dummies in your team. You need a couple dummies. The dummies help you out. Even a broken clock is right twice a day, and they'll give you some insight that you weren't thinking of. So the American Horror shirts, we have been unifying the businesses in downtown Lake Geneva, and they have been we've got 10 different supporters for this year's American Horrors 5th anniversary, American Horrors Film Festival 5th anniversary shirt. We have that many people. So I'm happy to have these 50 backers. Yeah. We're going to have more. I've got a lot of more stuff to add, and I'm going to be doing it now that we're getting near the end of the campaign. We're halfway through. The ladies had told me, they're like, be ready for the love, be ready. It's going to drop dead for a couple days. It's just going to be a dead dog on your front doorstep. And I'm like, I get it, especially over Labor Day because everybody's out having fun. It's the last of summer. They're trying to enjoy themselves. The kids are about to go to school. So now we're time to run, baby. Now we're going to go for it. Now we got lots of cool stuff coming up. Now we're going to have new digital download shit coming up. We're going to have new stickers, new buttons. We got really cool buttons too. They're coming out, and the alternative covers have been hard for me to decide which is going to be which cover because they're so good. Sean is killing me with the graphic design on this stuff, and the art looks great. So it's been really hard to choose. Well, which one's going to be the cover? And we're about to put up a bunch of stuff showing you the Kyle Holtz t-shirt and a bunch of stuff showing you the Nelson Danielson shirt. Not Nelson Daniel. It's part of the gag, and one of the jokes is I keep calling the shirt by the wrong guy. It's part of the joke in these promos that go on American Horrors. And at one point, I've got Nelson's shirt on, and I'm like, yeah, get this great Kyle Holtz t-shirt. Son of a bitch. It's Nelson. God damn it. Kyle's going to kick me right in the nuts. And Kyle's a big guy. If you have not met Kyle Holtz, he's a big fella. He's pumping iron. I wouldn't make Kyle too angry. That guy would probably drop kick you across the. He looked. Well, I remember when once upon his legs looked like John Cena's legs in the jeans. You know, I don't know if he's still pumping iron that hardcore. I love his work, but these promos we've got are about to hit the web. We have a 60-minute documentary that we've shot and cut, and it's about to hit American Horrors, and it's about to hit the web. So I'm really excited about the next half of this because I was a guy who was a long distance swimmer. So my best race on the team in high school was the 500-yard freestyle. And my coach was amazed because sometimes my last 4 laps were faster than my first 4 laps. And that's how I work. That's how I am. I'm on pace, and I've got energy, and I'm coming, and we got a lot of cool stuff in the hopper. I'm really excited about this. I'm so thrilled we hit the 50 backer, and we've got a lot more cool shit coming.
You know, I used to be.
I'm getting dry.
I used to be. I used to be athletic and everything, and now I'm paying for it. Well, I'm paying for the years of wrestling I did. When I wake up in the morning, I'm like,
well, here's the question. No, not the years of wrestling. Did you take care of yourself, or were you macho? Like, yeah, I got to put the knee brace on, but I'm still on the mat.
Yeah. I did not take good care of myself. I was young. I was stupid. And I thought, I'll be fine. And now it's like I wake up and I'm like, yep, I can't reach for that. That's not happening. I won't tell him this the other day, but my son, he was 11 and a string bean. I had to restrain him. He was acting a fool the other day, and I'll never tell him this, but he actually picked me up. I won't tell him that. Like, he actually picked me up, and I was like, shit, he's picking me up. I'm like, you know what? I gotta get a stun gun. I gotta get a stun gun. Lola, you're almost at an hour. You're almost reaching your time to end the show, but
one more thing to share.
Okay,
and that's it. Hold on.
Also, I'm about to dig into this. By the way, Meredith may recognize this.
It's pretty.
Yeah, I'm about to dig into this. I've got. I just finished up another book, so now I'm about to jump headlong into this, and I'll do about a fireside. I'll do a fireside book reading. I'll read a chapter. We know what we should do. We should have Randy read a chapter by the fire in a smoker's jacket.
Oh, yes. Yes. You know what? And while I got the mic, I just want to say, whoever is tuning in, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and share this out with your friends so that we can continue to grow this network.
We got super chats. Yep.
Super chats. Super chats.
And we got what is it called?
A membership, channel membership.
A membership, yeah.
Yeah.
And the first person to sign up will get original art piece by Dreaded Dinosaur, Eric Hudson. Yeah,
you can request what you want. Cool. It's gonna be a matter of fact, I should check because we may have a channel membership and I don't know it. But it was Yeah, channel membership. So what we're gonna do is also we're gonna be I'm trying to send. I want to send out cards to every channel member, trading cards of some independent character, which should be cool. But I also want to we're gonna be doing like pay-per-views. If you remember, you can see these exclusive members only videos, maybe once or twice a month, which won't be available to anyone else. They'll just be, you know, on the channel for members only. So if you want to see chicanery and tomfoolery and buffoonery,
Drunkenness,
yeah, definitely drunkenness. You can check us out on that. Decide to be a member today. I'm looking at the.
how are you enjoying that banana?
Yes.
I learned I gotta eat, or else I'm gonna get too loaded, and I'll say really crazy stuff about Max. How much I love him.
So yeah, guys, Lore is coming to Kickstarter October 1st.
That was fucking strong, woman.
Sorry.
Damn.
October 1st, Lore on Kickstarter, if Lola can launch it. You know.
Yeah, because I got haters.
Yeah, and you also been blocked by the comic book czar over Kickstarters on Twitter. So
I did, yeah.
that's how you know you're popular.
Woo! I'm winning too.
Yeah. Nita Doris. I mean, I don't know if she's blocked me yet, but I may get the pass. You know where.
Oh, I got blocked too. I don't know how that happened.
What is the comic book czar? As far as I understand, ladies and gentlemen, that this person is supposed to be the comic book liaison, and they're not influential over the decision process of Kickstarter deciding to endorse your project or not. I don't understand that she is that, so I don't know what the importance is of this person. Could you guys help me? Help me out. Because you guys, I've heard a couple people talk about this person, and I'm trying to figure this out because I'm kind of new to this game of what's happening with fundraising, and even the idea of why do you need a comic book liaison? I thought Kickstarter had a great interface. I got to give Kickstarter credit. Their interface are fine. Their rules are very clear. Mm-hmm. Their advice is very clear. They've set up a very professional machine here. So I fail to understand what is a comic book liaison and why would Kickstarter need them? Because frankly, Kickstarter seems like it's doing a great job.
If anything,
they don't need them.
They don't need them.
But they want to have someone in the community to be able to smooth things over.
Is she a creator? Is she a publisher? Is she a comic book writer or artist?
None of those things. No, she is a publisher. She's published.
Okay, so she has published. Has she published comic books or something digital?
Yeah, comic books. Usually, I think her specialty or her area of focus, and I know Pops, I think you can correct me if I'm wrong, but her area of focus was books by Black female creators. That was her focus.
Okay.
And
she has a hair book. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But she hasn't blocked me yet because sometimes skin folk is kinfolk. And so there's I may never get banned. I may never get blocked.
Hey guys, it's tribalism. It's okay. Tribalism is part of humanity. In LA, the Ohio people hung out with the Ohio people. The Chicago people hung out with the Chicago people. When you're out there adrift, you look for someone who resembles yourself in your either ideology or how you look. So I don't have a problem with your comment variant at all.
Yeah, it was. You know, I say it because it's like it's weird.
And I called you variant. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's weird when I see people like getting blocked, and I'm like, well, this person hasn't done anything. In fact, this person is a huge like when you start blocking the media, it's like, why are you blocking media outlets who are going to put eyes on your products? It's just it's in the bad
as
message.
a professional representing a corporation that is about fundraising, why would you block the media?
Yeah.
And why would you block royalty? I'm the princess.
That's a good point. That's a good point, Lola. Yeah, but it's one of those interesting things. But the thing about that position, they filled it before that person didn't work out. I think that
What does she do? I mean, I'm just trying to figure out her role. What does she do? I just want to understand her job. What's her job?
She's just a consultant. She's a consultant, but I will say, do not underestimate.
For what?
Who gets on the platform?
Yeah, because people say she doesn't have any power.
I was told by folks at I can't say who, but I was told that she doesn't influence whether Kickstarter will pick up a project or not.
What she can do is get, and what people, I won't say she can do it because I don't know what she'll do, but what people in that position can do is they can go dog whistle for their buddies to all speak up, and then they can go to Kickstarter and go to their boss and say, hey, look, all these people have said that this person is a problem, and they get removed. I know with the former person who has a similar name to the person who's in charge now, I remember seeing an email that benefited me where she was upset with a publisher and she says, I'm going to make sure that person can't get back on our platform with any more books. And even though it was helping a friend of mine out, I was like, damn, that's really messed up. Because the problem didn't affect her at all, or platform at all. It was between my friend and their former publisher. And so she was like, yeah, I'm gonna make, don't worry, I got your back, and I'll make sure that they're never on our platform again. And true to word, even though that person no longer in that position, that person cannot crowdfund on that platform to this day. And that was over 2 years ago. So they do have power. Whether or not they choose to use it is up to that person. We don't know what, is it Jamila? Is that what her name is? Yeah. We don't know what she's going to do yet. But hopefully she does. And hopefully she's, and I have faith that she's going to be, take her job seriously. I'm hoping that the blocking is a small little bump on the road to her actually reaching out to the community, because blocking people is always, hey, Steph Wilson in the house. Hey, Steph. Blocking people is always worrisome to me. Steph, we were in New York at the same time. Last week, 2 weeks ago now, and I was looking. I'm like, oh man, they're in New York. I want to meet Steph, but I couldn't get out of Brooklyn. I was at a pop-up shop for Liberty Entertainment Distribution Group, and I couldn't get out of there to go over to where they were at. I'm very sad about that. Well. I'll meet everyone one day. It was really cool meeting everybody, actually being in the same room as Daphne Lays, JD Calderon, JD Rosario, not so much Marcus. But Anthony flew in, had to fly back out. But I was
we were stuck in Brooklyn.
Yeah, no sleep to Brooklyn. No, I was we were in Brooklyn and we visited oh gosh, where did we end up at? We went to Queens at one point. Manhattan, of course, and then but that was a really cool event. Being matter of fact, you haven't been on Geekgasm since we did that, have you, Lola?
No.
Yeah, so it was a really cool event being in New York and doing the pop-up shop. Got to meet a lot of fans, and
I haven't had a Geekgasm since August 4th.
To back you up, you don't want a blue ball.
I know, right? I need to have my Geekgasm.
I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this because this is how I've been in a lot of comic book shops lately, and kudos to the cashiers that are working in these comic shops. I have never seen more beautiful women working in comic shops. If you're a geek and you're all the pretty girls that work in the comic book stores, just incredibly gorgeous women. And I don't care. My wife can get mad if she wants, so she knows. I was like, she pointed it out to me. She was like, you notice that the cashiers at all the comic shops are hot? I'm like, aren't they? And they're real. They're actually like, they're not paid models. They're working in the comic shops. They can tell you what happened in these issues. It's incredible. Not like that when I was coming up. In fact, when I was coming up, there was a guy who wore the same plaid shirt. He was missing an arm. It was double folded, and he had a safety pin in there. And he looked like he hadn't bathed, but he was always drinking whiskey and smoking a pipe. And there was no women in there. The only woman in the store was on a calendar hanging on the wall from 1986, and it was current 97 at that point. It's like, was that a good year for you? Do you remember that year? Like, He probably could switch hands when he was jacking back then, but now he can't.
Brother, I'm going to agree with you on this completely. I mean, I'm going to back you up on this because once upon a time, the popular conception was that comic books were just a male nerd thing. And like I said, I was in school in the 80s. So, yeah, there were girls that thought I was just a geek because I liked my comic books. It was deeply frowned upon when I went to college and I went to school for art at the U of I. Those instructors hated comic books, hated my interest in superheroes, and took every chance they could to belittle me and put down the work. But I will say this, dude, about the ladies in the comic book store. What we've seen in the last 30 years is an amazing empowerment of women. We have seen just this amazing culture shift where women have been enabled to express their desires and what they, I mean, think about it. We have a whole generation where women have had access to adult content without the male gaze directing it. Women have been able to explore adult films on their own without anybody telling them what's hot or cool, so they can develop their own taste. Women have been able to be free to watch what they want to watch on Netflix, what they want to do. Hollywood is filled with amazing female producers, female directors, female writers, female camera people, female crew. Women own the true crime. They own true crime. They're the #1 consumer of true crime. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the ladies are the #1 consumer of horror. And you can see the shift in how horror is. You don't see the same kind of rape subject matter in modern horror films, or you don't see rape depicted in the same way, because I feel the female gaze has come in and changed how it's depicted in a lot of films, except for like I Spit on Your Grave, the remakes, which were unbelievably bad and exploitative. And I interviewed the girl who was in the lead of that film and went through that, who was a really nice person. I think her name was Sarah Paxton, and a lovely actress, lovely actress. But man, they really put her through something gruesome. And I think that's what you're seeing is like, oh, wow, where'd these hot girls come from? Well, no, women were allowed to go, I like these comic books. I think these are cool. They were no longer just something that, oh, that geek in the corner's reading it. And women are publishing, writing. Catherine Ironwood from Eclipse Comics ran Eclipse Comics in the late 80s, early 90s. The editor, the manager, I can't remember her name, the managing editor of Erotic that I took the job over from was a woman. And so you got to get over that and go, well, why are they here? It's because they are free to pursue what they like to now. They have been empowered, and they're free now to say, I like that comic. Oh, I like video games. Hey, I'll kick your ass in Casualties of War. I mean, my doctor that I see for my PTSD, she's an Afghanistan war vet. You get what I'm saying? People have to get off this notion that women are just this endless supply of victim. No. There's so many amazing, vibrant women out there creating and influencing comics and influencing culture. We got to get over 30 years ago and look at what's happening right in front of us.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this. There is the flip side of that is that I once had a bit of a crush on a cashier at a comic book store. And she went on, and she went on to pretty much destroy comics. But that's another story for another time. I won't say her name.
Oh, you don't have a name?
No,
you tease. No. Oh, you are a cock tease, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
Is he a tease at home, honey? Is he a tease like this at home?
Oh yeah.
That's what Michael Jackson used to tell me. What's your cock tease, Aaron? Guys, I'm Varian Grant. You can find me online at KYD_V on Twitter. Varian Grant.
Did you say you're Variant and you're at KY_Jelly_?
Yeah. And you can find me Varian.
The funny thing is about that, before I got married, my initials were KY.
It was a bad time. No. And also, check out ledg.us, helping you get your independent comics in stores nationwide. And also, please check out indievote.com, where that lovely lady over there, the Indie Princess, the EIC over at indievote.com. A lot of cool stuff happening. Got some news coming out tomorrow too, so excited for that. Keep your eyes peeled over indievote.com. And that's it for me. I'll let Lola close the showdown. I guess Hart should go next though. Tell everybody
Yeah.
what we found. All right.
All right, where can we find
Hold
you?
on, let me get back to the announcer voice. Hi, I am Hart Fisher from American Horrors. You can find me at AmericanHorrorsFilmFestival.com. Get your entry in now while you can. Or you can look at my videos at www.youtube.com/CrimePaysHart. If you want to see some footage of 4-time Grammy winner Billie Eilish, go to www.youtube.com/American Horrors. You can find me on Instagram, but beware, there's naked booty on there, and it's my naked booty. The horror! The horror!
I've seen that picture on Facebook too. I was going through your pictures today to try to find one, and I saw your naked ass.
I'm sure lots of people have. I posed naked in the middle of the Big Lebowski. They did bowling night on league night, and I posed naked at the bowling alley on league night. I posed in the middle of the grocery store for a shoot for FHM magazine. I appeared naked, bloody, totally covered in blood with a machete on the cover of Beyond the Horizon magazine. So this thing with me being nude isn't new to me, but then I grew up on the swim team in a Speedo, so I think it warped me forever. I just grew up in Speedos. I mean, you run around in your Speedo. Hey, I'm in my Speedo. Because when I shoot these crazy things for American Horrors where I'm naked, covered in blood, I got a machete, the crew is like, Hart, you're like a big spastic fucking 4-year-old. You're just running around. I'm in my birthday suit. I'm having a good time. How's that nipple look? Ooh, it's hard. Good times, good times. Also, you can find me on Twitter at Hart_Fisher, and there are no butt shots on there. And I believe we've got an American Horrors Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. I'm up there as Hart D. Fisher. I've got 2 profiles. I've got one from when my wife was alive, and I got one from after she died. So the crazier one right now is after she died, because God damn it, I'm single in Wisconsin. Oh God! Oh my God! At 52 years old, I started dating again, but luckily I've got a pretty cool girl I'm seeing right now. Yeah, I'm talking about you off camera, you jackass. There's a very, very funny promo that's going to hit real soon where the girl I've been seeing for the last year or so has been helping, and we're doing like the slate, and she comes running out, and well, what can I say? Big bottom girls. Yummy. So she's running in to do the clacker, you know, and after so many of these things, I'm watching that juicy bottom run away, and I'm just like, she likes a good spanking, so here we go. So on camera, I start slapping that juicy ass, and I'm like, you got to run in faster. Do it again. And it's goddamn funny. And she's laughing her ass off, and she's grinning ear to ear. And then we get to the final part of the take, and she's clacking, and she runs off frame. And I'm just like, God damn it, why did I fucking do that? It's a Harvey Weinstein moment. My career's over. No one's going to donate to this goddamn Kickstarter. I fucked up so bad. Oh, God. Oh, God, what am I going to do? It's really fucking funny. So when people see that, God damn it, I've been dating this girl for over a year. This isn't sexual harassment or nothing. Fucking A, God damn it.
On that note, Meredith, where can we find you?
How do I top that?
I'm sorry, Meredith. That's a terrible follow. I would hate to have to follow that.
Right? Well, you guys can follow me at rageandabc.com. You can also follow me at linktree.com/MEREJ99. That is all of my links. Nita calls it my link forest because I have so many links. So make sure that you follow me all over. And I say, hey, follow me everywhere. Just don't peek at my windows because that's weird. I don't know. Maybe Hart would like that. I'm not sure. No, that's
I'm
weird.
Gonna peek.
Yeah, that's
I'm
weird.
gonna peek.
I'm not a window peeker. That's for weirdos who don't get to play with real women. I get to play with
Just
real
don't peek
women.
at my windows. That's weird.
Yeah, stay out of her window.
Also,
hey, whoever's peeking at Meredith's window, God damn it.
Yeah, don't do that. Also, I have the Compendium of Dread, Volume 1. I still have limited edition copies. It is limited to 100 print editions because that was the Kickstarter edition. And so I have a few of those left. And again, you can follow me at linktree.com/MareJ99. Nita.
Like right there. Twitter at C_chaos 24/7. That's about it right now, folks.
Okay.
She's dragging ass. You were dragging ass so bad, Nita. Come on, let's get some fire. Let's do it. Take two. Take two, Nita. Let's go with some energy. Energy.
Yeah, fucking keeps going at this rate. You guys can find me at the fucking Baton Rouge General Hospital.
Oh,
I'll
no.
let y'all. I'll post my room number.
That was good. I like that. Take two. That was fantastic, Nita. Good job.
Guys, you can find me. Go to Linktree Indie_Princess, and all my links are there. And I will be back as long as I get better. Saturday, and Hart will be on Saturday with me. We're gonna.
Yeah, I
be
hope you
going
guys
back
are
to
feeling better.
I do too.
Me too.
Get well soon, ladies.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the end of the show. But I'm trying to find the outro, so give me 1 second.
Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, hit the subscribe button and share it out with your friends. Do
You
it.
should see me in a crown. I'm gonna run this nothing town. Watch me make them bow one by one by one. One by one by. You should see me in a crown. Your silence is my favorite sound. Watch me make them bow one by one by one. One by one by. Count my cards, watch them fold. Blood on a marble wall. I like the way they all